May 1st, 2015. Freddie Gray's death ruled a homicide. Officers face charges. Findings indicate Gray got head injuries in van. Police van carrying Freddie Gray made previously undisclosed stop after his arrest. Feds roll out $20 million police body camera pilot program. Rep. Trey Gowdy says he might take Hillary Clinton's word on disputed emails. Why Larry Flynt is endorsing Hillary Clinton. On Clinton's age, Republican rivals imply, but never say, she's old. Ex-Congressman Aaron Schock might be missing. Ben E. King, R&B legend, dies at 76. China passes Mexico as the top source of new U.S. immigrants. May 2nd, 2015. Freddie Gray's fatal injuries reportedly may have been caused by impact with bolt in police van. Marilyn Mosby, prosecutor in Freddie Gray case, seen as tough on police misconduct. Celebrations begin in Baltimore as some react to officers' charges. Nearly half of Obamacare exchanges are struggling over their future. Pennsylvania prepares backup plan from Obamacare case. Election 2015. Top labor figures question Miliband's SNP stance. When black writers were public enemy number one. May 3rd, 2015. NYPD cop critically injured after being shot in the head. U.S. will look into claim Friday airstrike killed 52 civilians in Syria. FEC can't curb 2016 election abuse, Commission chief says. Conservative Party's fortune is cautionary tale for GOP. Rick Santorum says love and accept Bruce Jenner. GOP rep introduces bill to gut EPA. Report says Floyd Mayweather's camp bans Rachel Nichols and Michelle Beadle from attending fight. May 4th, 2015. Texas police shoot dead 2 gunmen at exhibit of Prophet Muhammad cartoons. ISIS claims responsibility for Texas shooting, threatens more attacks. Sharia is Light Twitter account tweets Texas attack minutes before Muhammad art contest shooting. Carly Fiorina announces presidential campaign with a jab at Hillary Clinton. She clearly is not trustworthy. The Clintons, a luxury jet, and their $100 million donor from Canada. Bill Clinton defends his foundation's foreign money. Only the Clintons seem blind to foundation's conflicts. U.S. split along racial lines on backlash against police poll finds. America needs jobs, not populism. Extreme secrecy eroding support for Obama's trade pact. May 5th, 2015. Shot NYPD cop dies. Poll says race relations worse in over 2 decades. Clinton to call for full and equal path to citizenship. Hillary to GOP. You get 1 shot on Benghazi. Bill Clinton says he's taken almost no capital gains in 15 years. Here's what the returns show. What the Clintons haven't learned. Ben Carson's over-the-top ego. Mayor de Blasio is irked by a subway delay. May 6, 2015. Surveillance planes spotted in the sky for days after West Baltimore rioting. Hillary Clinton's appeal survives scrutiny, poll says. This isn't 1968, Baltimore isn't Watts, and Hillary Clinton isn't Michael Dukakis. Democrat says my party didn't cause the problems in Baltimore. Poll says majority wants Supreme Court to okay same-sex marriage nationally. Scott Walker keeps lead as Jeb Bush struggles in latest Iowa polling. Republicans pass a budget flexing power of majority. Clinton Foundation donor lashes out at political assassination process. Joss Whedon calls horseshit on reports that he left Twitter because of militant feminists. Flash crash overhaul is snarled in red tape. May 7th, 2015. Appeals court strikes down government's phone surveillance program. Appeals court rules NSA phone program not authorized by Patriot Act. Sources say Baltimore police investigation doesn't support some of prosecution's charges. Bill Clinton says tough 90s crime bill went too far. Trade debate gives Bernie Sanders a chance to put Hillary Clinton on the hot seat. Analysis says Republican budget claims don't add up. How can our future Mars colonies be free of sexism and racism? It's time to change the Iowa straw poll. May 8th, 2015. Landslide. British PM Cameron and Tories trounce Labour Party. Ed Miliband resigns as Labour leader. U.S. economy added 223,000 jobs in April. Unemployment rate at 5.4%. Job growth regains steam, keeping Fed rate hike on track. Jeb says George W. Bush is a top foreign policy advisor. Walker hits bump in 16 race. How a ragtag group of lefties mainline debt-free college into the Democratic primary. Man is raped at gunpoint by 3 women so they could collect his semen in a cooler box and steal it in South Africa. Shawshank prison escape ends 56 years later with cinematic stakeout. Saudi Arabia considers nuclear weapons to offset Iran. May 9th, 2015. Texas attack spurs increase of FBI surveillance on marginal terror threats. Conspiracy theories flourish over military exercise in Texas. GOP slow plays Benghazi investigation. Boston University professor flunks white masculinity in controversial tweets. Juror in Etan Pat's case fall 1 vote shy of a conviction. Governor Scott conceded that earlier Medicaid support was a ruse. Americans favor Jon Stewart and Stephen Colbert over conservatives for punditry. May 10th, 2015. How Hillary is winning. New Hampshire poll says Republican field tightens and Hillary Clinton still out in front among Democrats. Officer in Freddie Gray case demanded man's arrest as part of personal dispute. What Republicans can learn from British conservatives. The latest on 2016. GOP hopefuls proud of their parents. Walker goes strong on foreign policy. Election may set Britain on a path to becoming Little England. Regulation run amok, and how to fight back. May 11th, 2015. Rulers snub Arab summit, clouding U.S. bid for Iran deal. Saudi Arabia says king won't attend meetings in U.S. Trade bill fate in doubt as debate kicks off. Report says Obama lied about bin Laden raid. Pakistanis knew where Osama bin Laden was, U.S. sources say. Why Huckabee and Carson and Fiorina will matter. 2 sisters, 2 views of gay marriage. The clock is ticking and Republicans still have no serious Obamacare alternative. May 12th, 2015. King's absence at meeting signals a Saudi-U.S. marriage adrift. Obama's lonely Arab summit. Hillary Clinton hasn't answered a press question in 21 days, and her opponents are taking notice. White House escalates Warren feud. Rand Paul says advocates for the disabled should help brainstorm ways to cut Social Security spending. The real story of Benghazi. Assange appeal rejected by Sweden's Supreme Court. Verizon to buy AOL for $4.4 billion. American religion. Complicated, not dead. Gay-themed traffic lights get Vienna into mood for Eurovision Song Contest. May 13th, 2015. Was Jeb dropped on his head as a child? 10 members of Congress took trips secretly funded by foreign government. Absolute disastrous mess. 6 dead, 146 injured after Amtrak train derails. House committee passes bill that cuts Amtrak funding after crash. Burundi general declares coup against President Nkurunziza. Now president says Obama's Warren critique sexist. Obama rips Fox, we're going to have to change how the media reports. Chelsea Clinton could take on role of First Lady if Hillary wins, White House expert says. David Cameron to unveil new limits on extremist activities in Queen's speech. May 14th, 2015. College student to Jeb Bush. Your brother created ISIS. Jeb Bush, in apparent slip, says, I'm running for president. Jeb Bush fully walks back, I would not have gone into Iraq. Rove declines to endorse Jeb Bush. O'Malley to announce presidential plans on May 30th. Amtrak engineer of derailed train, Brandon Bastian, can't remember crash. Veterans Affairs improperly spent $6 billion annually, senior official says. George Stephanopoulos discloses $50,000 contribution to Clinton Foundation. Russ Feingold running for Senate in 2016. House sends Iran review bill to Obama. May 15th, 2015. Why Stephanopoulos tarnished his credibility by hiding his Clinton Foundation donations. B.B. King, defining bluesman for generation, dies at 89. Jeb Bush on disagreeing with family. I have a hard time with that. Jeb Bush hates Obamacare, but loves his Apple Watch. A liberal speech cop targets Alan Greenspan. Scientists have discovered the first fully warm-blooded fish. May 16th, 2015. Dzhokhar Tsarnaev given death penalty in Boston Marathon bombing. Tsarnaev death expensive justice, says James Fox. U.S. commandos kill senior IS commander in Syria raid. I flew a gyrocopter onto the Capitol lawn to save our democracy. Obama's net worth as much as $6.9 million, U.S. filing says. Clinton's received more than $25 million from speeches since January 2014. The final post of a murdered blogger. May 17th, 2015. The right baits the left to turn against Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton personally took money from companies that sought to influence her. Clinton Foundation donors include dozens of media organizations and individuals. Stephanopoulos and ABC have not fully disclosed Clinton ties, says Schweitzer. Pope calls Palestinian leader angel of peace during visit. Mohamed Morsi, Egypt's ex-leader, sentenced to death. George W. Bush defends religious liberty. Oil CEO wanted university quake scientist dismissed, says Dean's email. Food industry braces for Obama trans fat ban. May 18th, 2015. 9 are killed in biker gang shootout in Waco. Police say 9 dead from Texas shootout among rival biker gangs. Dean Potter, extreme climber, dies in Yosemite base jumping accident. Washington's new odd couple, McConnell and Obama. GOP presidential hopefuls serve up ice cream, cheese, and red meat to Iowans. Democrats sick identity politics on their own. The GOP is dying off, literally. Elian Gonzalez wants to come to the U.S. May 19th, 2015. George Stephanopoulos, Brian Williams, and the media's sinking reputation. Clinton friends' memos on Libya draw scrutiny to politics and business. How the ick factor could doom Hillary and her party. Rand Paul says Bill Clinton put generation of black men in prison. The Republican field is a clown car. Iraq braced for the Battle of Baghdad. Chilling images show ISIS victory parade after fanatics seize key city of Ramadi, just 60 miles from the capital, in an orgy of violence and beheadings. Police union accuses White House of politicizing cop safety. YouTube may show Innocence of Muslims film, U.S. court says. Homebrewed morphine made possible. Behind Apple's move to shelve TV plans. May 20th, 2015. Beau Biden undergoing treatment at Walter Reed Medical Center. U.S. House Benghazi panel subpoenas former Clinton White House aide. Hillary Clinton's State Department staff kept tight rein on records. Iowa Democrats say flawed Hillary Clinton our only hope. After rioters burn Baltimore, killings pile up largely under the radar. Sham cancer charities face federal charges of stealing $187 million. U.S. releases contents of bin Laden's English-language bookshelf. Cotton blocks move to take up NSA reform bill. Source says Aaron Hernandez a lookout in prison fight. Iran's supreme leader says foreigners can't interview our scientists. May 21st, 2015. Suspect in 4 D.C. killings identified after DNA is found on pizza sent to burned home. First batch of Hillary Clinton emails captures concern over Libya. Hillary's private spy and their shady foreign policy. Jeb Bush's new Iraq strategy. Blame Obama. Jeb Bush rails against intellectual arrogance in climate change debate. Paid late, some ex-staffers of White House hopeful Fiorina won't sign on again. Bernie Sanders' 2014 speaking gigs netted less than $2,000. Ben Carson, vegetarian. Islamic State seizes Syria's ancient Palmyra. 1,400 investigated in child sex abuse inquiry, including politicians. May 22, 2015. Hillary Clinton, acutely aware of pitfalls, avoids press on campaign trail. Clinton Foundation didn't disclose as much as $26 million in speaking fees. Josh Duggar quits Family Research Council amid child molestation claims. ISIS executes a man with a bazooka in shocking new video. Terror group blasts prisoner after tying him to a post. Warren was paid up to $90,000 as witness in 2000 trade case. New grads can't really afford to live anywhere, report finds. Letterman's departure is 15 years too late. May 23, 2015. Senate blocks bill on NSA collection of phone records. What Hillary Clinton's emails tell us about her management style. D.C. mansion murder suspect had help, police say. Both sides say Ireland has voted to legalize gay marriage. Obama, Twitter, and racism. Fast-track trade fight moves to House. Biden to Navy. Our forces will have to be ready for climate change. May 24th, 2015. Cleveland officer acquitted in killing of unarmed pair amid barrage of gunfire. Don't let the secular progressives drive God out, Carson tells GOP. The making of a great ex-president. Las Vegas tycoon Sheldon Adelson to face graft accusations in U.S. court. May 25th, 2015. Beautiful mind mathematician John Nash and wife killed in car crash. GOP turns to Tea Party to win trade powers for Obama. Maryland's free-range parents cleared of neglect in one case. Georgia teacher arrested because her honor roll son took just 3 unexcused absences from school when he was sick. 4 dead after record storms in Texas and Oklahoma, 12 missing in one county. Islamic State crisis. Iraq will take back Ramadi in days, says PM Abadi. Charter agrees to acquire Time Warner Cable. Amazon to begin paying corporation tax on UK retail sales. David Cameron takes hit as France and Germany agree closer EU ties. No pay, no play. Poor kids banned from school carnival. May 26, 2015. With ISIS in crosshairs, U.S. holds back to protect civilians. May 27, 2015. FIFA officials arrested on corruption charges. Sepp Blatter isn't among them. Rick Santorum announcing run for president. Chris Christie attacks Rand Paul for siding with Edward Snowden. The decline of Rand Paul. GOP senators call for over-the-counter birth control. Read Bernie Sanders' populist policy-heavy speech kicking off his campaign. Breach at IRS exposes tax returns. A brief history of the wristwatch. May 28, 2015. Carly Fiorina, in an ambush of Hillary Clinton, gets defensive. Don't let Bill back in the White House. He abused women and he'll do it again. Paula Jones warns against voting for Hillary because she also lied about sex case which almost cost him presidency. Clinton Foundation paid Blumenthal $10,000 per month while he advised on Libya. The week of potential presidents. Nebraska's death penalty repealed with veto override. Fewer immigrants are entering the U.S. illegally, and that's changed the border security debate. U.S. Army Chief says no human error seen in anthrax mishap. Rand Paul created ISIS. May 29, 2015. Hastert reportedly sexually abused man while he was a high school wrestling coach. An award for Bill Clinton came with $500,000 for his foundation. The fake Clinton scandals are back. Bernie Sanders distances himself from dumb 1972 essay on rape. Trump stokes 2016 talk and schedules major announcement. House Dem says left has hijacked party message. Women are a driving force in nation's shift from gun control to gun rights. Cuba officially removed from U.S. state sponsor of terrorism list. U.S. tried Stuxnet-style campaign against North Korea but failed, says sources. New robocall rules could leave Americans in the dark. May 30th, 2015. Texas student sues after college bans gun rights sign. Death toll from Baghdad hotel bombing rises to 15. May 31st, 2015. Beau Biden, Joe Biden's son, dead at 46 from brain cancer. Joseph R. Biden III, Vice President's son, dies at 46. Jeb Bush says Rand Paul wrong on ending surveillance laws. Scott Walker has early lead in Iowa poll as Jeb Bush faces challenges. How Bernie Sanders' radical ideas entered the municipal mainstream. Administration preps new gun regulations. John Kerry in Geneva Hospital after bike accident in nearby France. Tourists tricked into paying $200 for free Staten Island ferry ride.